If you're moving to Albuquerque and you're deciding between a $350,000 home and a $700,000 home, you're not just choosing a bigger house. You're choosing a completely different daily life. Same city, same market, but how your mornings feel, how far your drive is, what your neighborhood looks like, even how quiet your evenings are, all of that changes depending on where your budget lands. And some people don't even realize that until after they've already bought. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what you get at $350,000, $500,000, and $700,000 right here in Albuquerque. I'm going to use real examples so that you can actually picture what your life would look like at each level, and by the end of this video, you should have a much clearer sense of where you fit before you make a decision you can't easily undo. Quick question for you as you're watching this. Are you trying to stay closer to that $350,000 range, or are you already stretching towards $600K plus? Keep that number in your head, because it's going to matter more than you think. Let's start at $350,000, because this is where a lot of relocation buyers begin. At this price point in Albuquerque, you're typically looking at 3 to 4 bedrooms, around 1,400 to 1,800 square feet, older construction or more basic finishes, and more often than not, you're going to be in an established neighborhood. Now, here's the part most people don't think about. At $350,000, you're not just buying a house, you're making some trade-offs. You might get a solid home structurally, but updates may be limited, yards are typically smaller or less private, and location becomes the biggest variable. Because at this price point, where you buy matters more than what you buy. You can absolutely get into Albuquerque comfortably at $350,000, but here's the tension. Your lifestyle is going to lean more towards convenience over space, practical over polished, and often a little more city feel than quiet separation. So if you're someone who's looking for new construction, striking cinematic mountain views, or a quieter, more tucked away neighborhood, this is where you might start to begin feeling the limits a little bit. And that's usually when people start looking at the next level up. Now, once you move into that $500,000 range, things change pretty noticeably. This is where Albuquerque starts to feel like, oh, you have options. At $500,000, you're typically getting 1,800 to 2,500 square feet, more updated layouts and interiors or newer builds, better floor plans and access to more desirable areas. This is where a lot of buyers feel like, okay, this is what I had in mind. Because now you're not just buying a home, you're starting to buy into a lifestyle at this price point. You might have a more open floor plan, a backyard you actually want to spend time in, a quieter street, or a neighborhood that feels more intentional. This is the range where balance starts to happen. But here's the part people don't always catch. At $500,000, you're in the middle, which means you're still going to be making decisions like, do I prioritize location or finishes? Do I want newer construction or a better lot? Do I want to be closer in or slightly further out for more space? Just know that there's no perfect option here, just better alignment. So this is usually where I tell people you need to get very clear on what your daily life actually looks like, because this range can go a lot of different directions depending on your priorities. Now, let me ask you this. If you had to choose right now what matters more to you, being closer to everything or having more space and privacy, drop that in the comments below, because that one decision alone usually tells me exactly where someone should be looking. Now, once you step into that $700,000 range, this is where things shift again. And this is where a lot of people start saying, okay, now this feels different. At $700K in Albuquerque, you're typically getting 2,500 plus square feet, newer or semi-custom homes, higher end finishes, larger lots, and more premium locations. But here's the real difference. At $700K, you're not just buying features. You're buying space, you're buying privacy, and a different pace of life. Your mornings are quieter, your evenings feel more relaxed, you're not as packed in there, and for a lot of buyers, that's the first time it really clicks. This is where lifestyle starts to match expectation. But here's the tension again. You're also paying significantly more for that shift. So the real question becomes, is that lifestyle difference worth the jump in price for you? Because not everyone needs this level to be happy here. And some people actually prefer being closer in, even if the home is smaller or older. So putting it all together, when you take a step back and look at all three, $350 gets you into the market, $500 gives you balance and flexibility, and $700 starts to unlock luxury, lifestyle, and open spaces. But the mistake people make is thinking, oh, I need to find the perfect house. And that's not necessarily the right approach. The real question is, what do you want your day-to-day life to feel like? Because that's what your budget is actually controlling. Not just bedrooms, bathrooms, or square footage, but how far you drive, how quiet it feels, how much space you have, and how comfortable you are in your environment every day. So if you're in the process of figuring out where you fit best in Albuquerque, this is exactly the kind of decision that's worth slowing down and getting it right. And if you want help breaking this down based on your unique situation, your budget, and what you're actually looking for in a home, check out my free relocation guide below, where you can walk through all of that, and I can help you map it all out. And if this video helped you think about Albuquerque a little differently, go ahead and subscribe, because I break this stuff down in a way that actually helps you make decisions, not just scroll through listings. But that's all for now, and I'll see you in the next one.